The Sinaloa Cartel, a name synonymous with brutality, vast wealth, and the seemingly endless flow of narcotics. For decades, the name Joaquin El Chapo Guzman loomed large. He was the cartel's public face, a flamboyant figure who escaped prison twice. But behind the headlines, another figure held the true power. A man who understood that true power came from being unseen, unheard. This is the story of Ismael Zambada Loera, known to the world as El Mayo. El Mayo is a phantom, a ghost in the machine of the global drug trade. While El Chapo craved notoriety, El Mayo cultivated anonymity. This difference in approach is what has kept El Mayo alive and in control while others have fallen. He is a master of staying off the radar, a whisper in the wind compared to the hurricane of El Chapo. His low profile has made him an enigma. Intelligence agencies have a handful of grainy photos. They circulate rumors of his movements, yet El Mayo remains largely a mystery. He is a testament to the fact that in the drug world, silence is not just golden, it's survival. El Mayo's story began far from the sprawling mansions and private armies of his later life. His origins were humble, rooted in the rugged terrain and modest villages of Sinaloa, a place where the land itself seemed to shape the destinies of its inhabitants. He was born in 1948, raised in the rural heartland of Sinaloa, Mexico. This was a time when the world was recovering from the ravages of World War II, and Mexico was no exception. The country was marked by stark contrast between the wealthy urban centers and the impoverished rural areas. This is a region where poverty and opportunity often collide, where the lines between farmer and outlaw are easily blurred. His upbringing was humble, defined by the relentless toil of farm life. The fields were both a place of sustenance and a harsh teacher, imparting lessons of resilience and survival. He toiled on his family's farm, working from dawn till dusk, learning the value of hard work and the unforgiving nature of the land. The farm was a microcosm of the larger world, a place where every seed planted was a gamble against the elements. There he learned the rhythms of the land, the cycles of planting and harvest, the delicate balance between man and nature. These early experiences would later prove invaluable, though in ways he could never have imagined at the time. Little did he know these skills would translate to a different kind of cultivation: opium poppies. The same hands that tilled the soil for corn and beans would soon be planting seeds of a far more lucrative and dangerous crop. Sinaloa, for generations, has been the cradle of Mexico's drug trade. The region's isolation and rugged terrain made it an ideal breeding ground for illicit activities. The drug trade was not just an industry, it was a way of life, deeply embedded in the local culture. It was almost inevitable that a young man like El Mayo, ambitious and shrewd, would be drawn into its web. The allure of quick money and the promise of power were too strong to resist. He saw the drug trade as a way out of poverty, a path to a better life. He started small, working as a transporter, moving shipments of marijuana north. These early days were fraught with danger, but they also offered a glimpse into the vast, shadowy world of the drug trade. Each successful run was a step up the ladder, a move closer to his ultimate goal. This was his apprenticeship in the drug trade. He learned the ropes, understanding the intricacies of smuggling and the importance of discretion. Every transaction was a lesson, every risk taken a test of his mettle. He learned the roots, the players, the language of violence that underpinned it all. The drug trade was a brutal business, and survival required a keen mind and a ruthless streak. El Mayo quickly adapted, proving himself to be a quick learner and a formidable operator. He rose quickly, his quiet intelligence and natural charisma marking him for bigger things. He was not just a cog in the machine, he was a rising star, someone who could see the bigger picture and navigate the treacherous waters of the drug trade with ease. By the 1970s, El Mayo had graduated from small-time operator to a major player. He had built a reputation for reliability and cunning, qualities that earned him the respect and fear of his peers. The boy from the fields of Sinaloa was now a force to be reckoned with. He understood that the drug business, for all its violence, was ultimately about logistics and connections. It was a complex web of supply and demand, a network that required meticulous planning and execution. El Mayo excelled in this environment, his strategic mind always a step ahead. He cultivated both with ruthless efficiency, building a network of allies and smuggling routes that would become the foundation of his empire. His rise was not just a testament to his ambition, but also to his ability to adapt and thrive in one of the most dangerous industries in the world. The Mexican drug trade is a treacherous game of alliances and betrayals. It's a world where trust is a rare commodity, and loyalty can be bought or sold at a moment's notice. The stakes are high and the players are ruthless. To survive, let alone thrive, requires a cunning mind and a network of trust. It's not just about who you know, but how well you can navigate the ever-shifting landscape of power and influence. El Mayo excelled at both. His ability to forge alliances and outmaneuver his rivals set him apart in a world where few can be trusted. He understood that strength came not just from firepower, but from forging the right partnerships. He knew that a well-placed ally could be more valuable than an army of soldiers. His most significant early alliance was with Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, the godfather of the Guadalajara Cartel. This partnership would shape the future of the Mexican drug trade. Gallardo, a former policeman turned drug lord, recognized El Mayo's potential. He saw in him a kindred spirit, someone who could be trusted to handle the most delicate operations. He saw in him a valuable lieutenant, a man who could move product with discretion and efficiency. El Mayo's ability to operate under the radar made him an invaluable asset. Under Gallardo's tutelage, El Mayo learned the intricacies of the drug trade on a grander scale. He was taught the importance of logistics, the art of negotiation, and the necessity of maintaining a low profile. He helped establish new trafficking routes into the United States. These routes would become the lifeblood of the cartel's operations, ensuring a steady flow of drugs and money. He cultivated relationships with Colombian cocaine cartels. These alliances were crucial as they provided a steady supply of product that could be moved through the cartel's established routes. This period was a strategic masterclass for El Mayo. He learned the importance of diversification, of always staying one step ahead of both the authorities and his rivals. He became a master strategist, always thinking several moves ahead. He learned the importance of diversification, of always staying one step ahead of both the authorities and his rivals. This mindset would serve him well in the years to come. When Gallardo was arrested in 1989, the Guadalajara cartel fragmented. The power vacuum left in the wake of his arrest created chaos but also opportunity. El Mayo, ever the strategist, saw an opportunity amidst the chaos. He moved quickly to consolidate power, seizing control of key trafficking corridors and solidifying his position within the cartel. He seized control of key trafficking corridors, solidifying his position as a major player in the newly formed Sinaloa cartel. His ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity set him apart from his peers. The fall of the Godfather marked the rise of El Mayo. With Gallardo out of the picture, El Mayo was free to pursue his ambitions without interference. He was ready to claim his place at the helm of the Mexican underworld. His rise to power was a testament to his strategic brilliance and his ability to navigate the treacherous waters of the drug trade. El Mayo Zambada had become a force to be reckoned with, a true kingpin in the world of organized crime. As the Sinaloa cartel consolidated its power, a fascinating dynamic emerged at its core. This dynamic was characterized by the contrasting styles and personalities of its two most prominent leaders. El Mayo shared leadership with another rising star, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Their partnership was not just a matter of convenience, but a strategic alliance that would shape the future of the cartel. The two men were a study in contrasts. While they both sought power and control, their methods and public personas couldn't have been more different. They were two sides of the same coin, each embodying a different approach to power. Their unique styles complemented each other, creating a balance that was crucial for the cartel's success. El Chapo was a flamboyant figure. His larger-than-life personality and love for extravagance made him a public figure, almost a celebrity in the underworld. He loved the limelight, surrounding himself with beauty queens and boasting of his wealth. His lifestyle was a testament to his success and power, and he made sure everyone knew it. He built a cult of personality, his legend growing with every daring escape from prison. Each escape added to his mythos, making him a folk hero to some and a notorious criminal to others. But his flamboyance made him a target, drawing the attention of law enforcement and fueling rivalries. His high profile made it difficult for him to operate without constant scrutiny. El Mayo, in stark contrast, remained an enigma. His low-key approach allowed him to operate in the shadows, away from the prying eyes of the authorities. He shunned publicity, preferring the shadows to the spotlight. This made him a more elusive figure, difficult to track and even harder to capture. He was content to be the silent partner, the man behind the curtain, pulling the strings from the darkness. His influence was felt but rarely seen, making him a ghostly presence in the cartel's operations. Their contrasting personalities shaped the Sinaloa cartel. While El Chapo's bold moves expanded their reach, El Mayo's cautious strategies ensured their longevity. El Chapo's ruthlessness expanded its territory and influence. His aggressive tactics brought new territories under their control, but also brought new enemies. El Mayo's strategic brilliance kept the organization functioning, even as its more public face attracted constant pressure. His ability to navigate the complexities of the drug trade kept the cartel resilient. It was a partnership that, however unlikely, proved effective. Their combined strengths created a formidable force that was difficult to dismantle. They were two sides of the same coin, each essential to the Sinaloa cartel's dominance. Their unique approaches to leadership and power ensured that the cartel remained a dominant force in the drug trade for years to come. Pause to S. As the years went by, even the most elusive figures eventually faced their downfall. El Mayo Zambada, despite his strategic brilliance and low-key operations, was no exception. This chapter delves into the eventual downfall of El Mayo, detailing the key events and facts that led to his decline. Pause 2 S. El Mayo's downfall began with a series of strategic missteps. His once impenetrable network started to show cracks, partly due to the relentless pressure from law enforcement agencies. The DEA in particular had been intensifying its efforts, employing advanced surveillance techniques and leveraging informants within the cartel. Pause 2S. One of the most significant blows came when El Mayo's trusted lieutenant, Vicente Zambada Niebla, was captured and eventually turned against him. Vicente's cooperation with U.S. authorities provided invaluable insights into the inner workings of the cartel, unraveling the sophisticated web that El Mayo had meticulously built over decades. Pause 2S. Another pivotal moment was the capture of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. While El Chapo's arrests and escapes had always drawn media attention, his final capture in 2016 led to a power vacuum within the cartel. El Mayo tried to consolidate power, but the increased scrutiny from law enforcement and rival factions made it increasingly difficult to maintain control. Pause 2S. Law enforcement breakthroughs played a crucial role in El Mayo's decline. Coordinated efforts between Mexican and U.S. authorities led to the dismantling of several key operations. Raids on cartel safehouses and the seizure of massive drug shipments significantly weakened their operational capabilities. Pause 2S. The impact of El Mayo's fall on the cartel landscape was profound. The once unassailable Sinaloa cartel found itself in a state of flux. Internal conflicts erupted as rival factions vied for control. The leadership void left by El Mayo's diminishing influence created opportunities for other cartels to expand their territories, leading to a more fragmented and volatile drug trade environment. Pause 2S. In the end, El Mayo's story is a testament to the inevitable decline of even the most powerful figures in the criminal underworld. His strategic brilliance and low-profile approach allowed him to evade capture for years. But the relentless pursuit by law enforcement and internal betrayals ultimately led to his downfall. Pause 2S. As we reflect on the rise and fall of El Mayo Zambada, we are reminded that in the world of organized crime, no one is untouchable. The shadows he once thrived in eventually became his undoing, leaving a legacy marked by both unparalleled influence and inevitable decline.